Hi friends, my name is Andres Cano and I am the state representative-elect for District 3, which includes the University of Arizona, downtown Tucson, the west side, the south side, and the Pasquayaqui Nation. I am so excited to be able to address you in this short video to say thank you for everything that you're doing to help move our state forward. We need your continued activism, your spirit, and your energy to change lives throughout our state, and it's an exciting time at the legislature. And even though I'm a newbie, what I find really promising, and it's a direct result of all the hard work that you put in last year's election, is that at the State House, for the first time since the 1960s, we are an almost nearly split even chamber, 31 Republicans and 29 Democrats. We are going to continue to move the legislation forward, and I know that what you're going to be able to do is to come down to the Capitol, issue your comments on the Request to Speak program, but what I want you to also be working on is direct personal experience on the issues. If you know somebody who's lost their health insurance, send us their story so that we can read it from the House floor. If you are personally affected by the rise in tuition costs for our university and community colleges, know that we are standing with you and we want to be an advocate for you. I'll end by saying that there are many things that I'm going to be focused on in this upcoming legislature, but as the first person in my family to graduate from college, I'm paying really close attention to how this legislature is going to get serious about investing again in Arizona's future, and that starts by restoring funding to our K-12 programs, our universities, and especially our community colleges, who now here in Pima County get $0 in state support from the legislature. And so there are lots of issues. Please hold us accountable. Even we as Democrats, you need to hold the fire and make sure that we're voting the right way and not selling out to any interests. And on a personal note, I know how difficult this work is and the sacrifice that each and every single one of you make in being in that very room that you're in today, away from your family, away from your loved ones, but you do it because you know that our next bright chapter in our state story is stronger and it's more prosperous because of what you're doing right now. So I want to say thank you. We can't do it without you, and we're fired up and ready to go at the state capitol with you in mind. Thank you.
My name is Representative Pam Powers-Hanley, and I represent LD9 in Tucson. So many people like to grumble about what the Arizona legislature does. We pass lots of crazy bills, but we also do lots of good things too. And we really want to hear from you, our constituents. You know, I read the Twitter feed and I read what's said on Facebook, but if you really want your voice heard in the Arizona legislature, I suggest that you sign up for the Request to Speak system. This is also named the RTS, and it's a little tricky because you have to either go to the state building in Tucson to sign up or to the Capitol in Phoenix to sign up. But what this gives you is it gives you a direct line to your legislators where you can say officially, I like this bill and I don't like this other bill. The catch is that when it goes on the Request to Speak system, it is tied to whether or not something is on a committee agenda. So it gets a little tricky to follow what's going on, and some of that is probably, by design. But if you are interested in a certain issue, like for example, if you're interested in what the Health Committee is doing, you can look at azleg.gov and you can see when the Health Committee meets. And you know that those agendas are going to go out maybe about 4 days before that committee meeting. So you look up that agenda, you see what bills are on there, and you can say, yes, I like that bill, or no, I don't like that bill. And you can get specific comments on that Request to Speak system. And we look at those. It is very important that your voice is heard. And when it goes on the RTS system, it goes in the official record for that bill. It is handy when we are in committee because the chairman will often say, oh, there's only a few people here in the audience. What did people say on Request to Speak? And it's really telling. If you see a bill is liked by maybe 3 or 4 utility companies or big corporations, and there are hundreds of people who have said, no, I don't like this, that says something to your legislators. We want to know your voice. And we recognize your names. If I see that there's a water bill and I'm not sure how to vote, but I see that Peter and Betty said it's a bad bill, I know that Peter and Betty have done their homework on water bills. I can also see who is for and against different health bills. And the other way that it really helps us is when we are debating on the floor. Often, we don't know where some of these bills come from. And so one of us will look at the RTS and say, oh, look at all these people who are against it. I mean, sometimes there are 500 people signed up against or for a bill. And that says a lot to your legislators. So if you want to voice your opinion, do it on social media, yes. But also, please sign up for the Request to Speak system.